What is up, guys? Welcome back for another awesome episode of Let's Play Skyblock on CubeCraft. Today's episode is number 11. Wow, we're getting up there, guys. We've got a ton of good stuff to get done today. We're going to complete some quests. We're going to show some new stuff that we've added to the island since the last video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So you'll notice I have some more iron generators over here. We have a new pig farm, or pig dropper design, I should say, that I will show you guys here in a minute, but the hopper system uses quite a bit more iron than the normal one does. And so I went ahead and bought a few more generators just to up our iron supply a bit and just have a good stock once we get done. So I did that, and I replaced our starter tree farm here with some acacia trees, as well as the island over there has a ton of acacia trees on it as well, just to try to maximize the amount of acacia that we get. And for context, we are basically 2/3 of the way done with the acacia quest. I don't think we'll complete it in this episode, but certainly by the time episode 12 comes out, we should be in a good spot there. Okay, outside of that, you'll notice that there are no pigs dropping here, or there might be a couple because there's one high-level spawner way up there, but I have since decommissioned, at least for the time being, this dropper in favor of trying out a new design that I think in the long run is going to be more efficient and just easier to manage than that one. So if you come over here, we can see the pigs are all starting to spawn now, and they're all falling down to their deaths down there. So if we run down there real quick, I'll show you guys exactly what we've got. I need to make a ladder on that side or something easy for me to get down, because right now I have to come down. I have to run down this ladder and then run all the way over here, and it's kind of a hike. But, so what we have here are the pigs just falling onto a row of hoppers that is 2 hoppers deep and should be about 13 hoppers wide. Total, yeah, 13 on each side, and there's one in the middle that goes either way. And then the cool thing about this design is that the storage system is much more compact, right? So instead of the stair step chests, these are nice and vertically stacked on each other. And what'll happen here, and I'll show you guys a bit more on how this works in a creative world, but basically the bottom chests will fill up first, then the second ones, and then it'll work its way up to the top. And then obviously I can just stand here in one spot more or less, break chests, and then turn around to Mr. Villager here and sell the cooked pork chops. So it's definitely more efficient. If you have my original design, don't worry, it still works, it's just fine. I'm just trying something new here to see if I can make it a little bit better than what it already is. So the general principle of this is not really much different than the original design. If we hop up here, let's get up top. So the general principle is the exact same thing, where we have a lot of pig spawners now, by the way. We have, let's see, each row is 13, 4, so that's 26, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31 pig spawners at this point, guys, which is pretty good. We're going to try to fill this whole thing up and see what happens. See if it maxes out or what we can do with it. But instead of the pigs falling into another channel that then pushes them into the lava, the pigs are just falling straight off the edge, down into the lava, and then ultimately down to the hoppers on the bottom. And the reason why this is important is, the pigs are basically dying, at least for the first couple of rows of spawners here, the pigs are going to be dying as fast as possible, which means that every time the spawners are ready to spawn more pigs, the pigs should already be dead, and it can spawn more. So it's going pretty quick, as you can see. And we have just over 30 spawners in here. So I'm going to be focusing on putting most of my coins into the cooked pork chops, or selling cooked pork chops for coins, and then putting most of those coins back into pig spawners just to keep trying to build this thing out and see how far we can get with it. So that's the main update, guys, in terms of money making on the island. I haven't timed this yet. I should probably time it and see. Maybe I'll do that before the episode's over, just see exactly how much money it's making with the current spawners. But it's definitely increased our income earning, and we have a lot more coins now at our disposal in a pretty quick amount of time to buy stuff. I just noticed there's a lapis block over there, or a generator. Interesting. We'll get that later. All right. We've got some quests to do. Today we're going to do some quests in the overworld and in the Nether. So we'll go up top here, and then we'll open up our quest log and see exactly what it is that we have to get done. So, in terms of quests, in between episodes, I did cut down some oak trees and collected my 50th apple. So I've been waiting to redeem this Theory of Gravity quest, which is just gathering 50 apples. So we'll go ahead and redeem that, and we'll get our golden apple as a reward. So for the current quests that we have to do, we have to smelt some more gold. We have to kill some pigmen. I've killed 90 out of the 100. We'll kill the last 10 on the episode here. We have to make 20 golden apples. And we have to cut down the 2,000 acacia logs. Like I said, we're not going to finish that one today, but we're making steady progress on that. If we come over here to our furnaces, I've got a whole bunch of gold that I've been saving up that we smelted. So we're going to go ahead and complete the gold miner quest, which is awesome. And it looks like there were no follow-up quests to that one, nor were there any rewards, which is cool too. We should be able to go ahead and do the golden core quest, which is the 20 apples, because we have more than enough gold, and we should have a ton of apples. Yeah, there we go. So we'll take those 20 apples here, and we'll make our 20 golden apples just like that. And we got 2 new quests. All right, let's see what we got. So we've got Entrepreneur and Bone Marrow. So Bone Marrow is going to be sell 200 bones, and Entrepreneur is going to be selling gold ingots. All right. So we might actually have enough gold. I don't know if we have enough gold to sell 200 ingots yet. Let's see. Is it 200? Oh, 128. So we need 2 stacks. It's going to be close. I don't know if we have enough gold quite yet. No, we don't. So we'll work on that one later. But I think we have some bones lying around in here. Was 200 bones, I think. So 3 stacks is 180, 192, so we need 8 more. That should be the 200 that we need right there. Oh. Got all up in his business. So 200, let's go ahead and sell our friend here some bones. And bone marrow's done. Easy peasy. And now we just have to wait on the gold and the acacia logs. So in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll go over into the Nether and kill the pigmen. But before I get too far down that rabbit hole, I did want to explain real quick. I had some people asking me on a couple of the live streams we've had recently, where I sort of sneak peeked the setup here, how the hopper system works. So let's hop over to Creative World real quick, and I'll explain how that hopper system works, and then we'll come back and we'll kill some pigmen. So we'll hop over there real quick. Alrighty guys, we are over in our Creative World, and I know that some of you guys might already know how the chest system works based on what you saw, but not everybody does, and so I thought I'd take a few minutes here and just explain how it works real quick. So this is the old system. So if you've watched any of my my tutorials on how to build the dropper, this is how the existing system works, where it's basically a stair step, and you put something in the top chest, and then it makes its way down here in the bottom chest. Again, this works totally fine as it is, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not quite as compact, and I wanted to see if I could get a little bit smaller of a form factor here with the same amount of chests. So the way the new one works is we have basically the way the pig dropper system works, right, is we have a whole row of hoppers. These aren't facing the right way, but you'll get the point, where the pigs are falling on, and there's chests in front of them, right? So the way that the hoppers process the items when the setup is like this, in that each of the hoppers is actually facing into the chests. So instead of having the hoppers facing straight down like this, which is what you normally do to transport items, downward, they're all facing into the chests that are next to them. Now, the game, as it's funneling items through the hoppers, is going to evaluate whether or not there is a hopper below the one that the item is in, and if so, it's going to put the item there before it actually transfers the item to the left or to the right, depending on where your chests are. So what I mean by that is, if we put an item right here, let's say, we'll put a sign in here. So we put our sign in there, and the sign will end up down here in the bottom chest instead of the top chest. So our chests will fill from top to bottom. And then once a chest is full, so if we go ahead and simulate this chest being full with glass, and then we'll also simulate the hoppers here. Oh, this is gonna, hang on, put hoppers in there. Okay, so assume this one's all full, right? So now what's gonna happen is, if we take a diamond and put it here, the diamond is gonna end up in the second chest. And that pattern is going to continue until, all four chests are full. So the only downside to this design, right, is that if you break the bottom chest and then place it back, it's not going to naturally take all the items out of the chests above it and put it in the bottom chest. Only new items will go into the bottom chest, right? Whereas in this design, if this chest is full and I break it and sell the items and put it back, then stuff's going to keep trickling down the waterfall or the stair step into this chest. So this design obviously uses quite a bit more iron, because in this one, right, we have basically one less hopper than the number of double chests that we have. So 4 chests uses 3 hoppers, and on this one, you basically have a design where 4 chests uses 8 hoppers. So it's 2.5 times more hoppers, so you need more iron in order to do it. But it's certainly more compact, and it's easier to stand, here and break chests, like I said, and turn around and sell, than going up the stair steps like I normally do. So again, nothing wrong with it, but this is the design if you want to use it and build it, and I'm having a ton of fun with it so far. We'll see what happens when we get the number of pig spawners that we need to start quickly filling up these chests, and we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, I'm liking it, and if you guys want to try it out, let me know what you think about it as well, or if you have any other designs that you typically use, I'd love to hear about it. Throw a comment in the comments, and we'll have a good conversation there. So let's hop back over into the Nether in the solo world and talk through how we can quickly complete the first quest in the Nether to kill the pigmen. And we are back in the Nether on Skyblock. And what I want to talk through here is how to complete the quest super easily for the pigmen pillager quest, right? So in this quest, we have to kill 100 pigmen, And I did test it just to confirm, because it's not super explicit here like some of the Nether quests are, that you have to do this one in the Nether, but I killed pigmen in the overworld and it did not work. So even though the help text here doesn't explicitly say killing them in the Nether, that's ultimately what we have to do. Now, on our first playthrough, we actually built like a kill box and spent a bunch of time killing pigmen. It actually took quite a while because we just didn't know that there was a faster way. And in spite of that, what I've learned since playing here on CubeCraft is that when you punch a mob and it falls to its death, either by falling on blocks or dying to the void, you will get credit for that kill. So obviously you don't get the drops from it if you punch it into the void, but you do get credit for that kill. And so what I've built here is basically just a super, basic platform out of dirt that allows us to spawn the pigmen in an area where they can't get us. These are pretty high-level spawners, so the pigmen have quite a bit of health, as you can see, and so killing them actually through a sword is going to take a while, which is what we did the first time around. But in this case, what we can do is punch them off or hit them off. This sword has knockback on it, and when they die in the void, we'll actually get credit for the quest. A couple things before I do that to note here. One, you want these spawners to be 2 blocks above the platform that you are standing on, no less than that. And the reason is, if it's less than 2 blocks, then these spawners will see those blocks as blocks that the mobs can spawn on, and that's just going to be bad news for you because they'll start spawning here on the platform. I tested it out. That's exactly what happened. Even if you put half slabs here, typically in Minecraft, right, mobs can't spawn on half slabs. They spawned just fine. So be careful with that. And this is just it's only a 1 row or a 1 block wide row here with the spawners on the floor basically of where they can spawn. So you can see some of them fall off, which isn't a big deal. But if we just come up here, right, and you shouldn't even have to jump, you should just be able to hit them off like so. You're going to start seeing that counter go up as I hit them off. There you go. So instead of having to, sword through 20 plus hearts of health, just like that, we can punch them off of the ledge and get that quest credit with also not having to worry about them actually getting out and trying to kill us. So we got that quest done, and we got 3 new ones, which is where things are going to be interesting here. So what we need to do is golden spoils, which is gather gold nuggets and gold ingots from pigmen. And you can see here, like, this quest is very explicit about in the Nether, which is what I was talking about earlier. So we have to get ingots from them in the Nether, meaning that old design that I had is not going to work because we have to actually get the loot from them. So that's the first quest. The next one is going to be Lightstone Lumberjack. And this is where we have to gather 5,000 glowstone from those glowstone trees. So that's going to take a while to get done. And then the third one was mythical materials. And this one's not going to be too bad, but we basically need to generate some nether quartz and some lapis. And this one we should be able to do in the overworld. We shouldn't have to go get our generators and bring them back here. So those are all main quests in the Nether, meaning that we have to actually get these 3 quests done to progress. And certainly the glowstone tree quest is going to be the longest of all the quests. So let's go ahead and redeem this one here, so we get a decent chunk of coins, which isn't bad, and some more experience. That'll come in handy later. Let's see, how expensive are pigmen spawners? I forget. Let's see here. So 40 million. It's kind of expensive. So what we might end up doing here is building some sort of dropper where we can punch the pigmen into a hole of sorts and have them fall down and take damage and die, but give us their loot or something like that, because trying to kill pigmen that are this high of a level just by using a plain old sword is going to take a while. I'd rather have like a looting sword or something like that to get more loot from them. So I'll figure out what I want to do with that, and we'll probably cover that in the next video. So if we take a look here, let's see. Yeah, so none of these quests are going to get done. Let's go ahead and start mining the lapis and the nether quartz and get some progress there. So if you guys are trying to follow along, what I'd suggest doing is spending a good amount of time AFK at your pig dropper to start getting the amount of pig spawners up and up and up. That's pretty much going to be the main focus for your coins. So I've spent, probably 10 to 12 hours of time here and there just AFKing so far, and allowing those pig spawners to do their thing. So just know you're going to need to. I know some people will probably either think about it or even ask, like, how do I catch up to where you're at, or how do I follow along, as closely as I can? And that would be my number one recommendation there is to work on that AFK time, because it's going to really help with the ability to buy pig spawners. And then obviously the more you get, then the less time it takes to actually buy more. So alright, so we got a quarter of the way done with the nether quartz, and we still have some way to go on the lapis, but that's okay. Something else I did, I enchanted my iron pickaxe to Fortune 3, so now it's on par with the stone one that I used to have, and now I have that 30% drop chance when it comes to getting those double drops. So let's put all that away. Let's get a little bit more organized here. And I think we can also knock out some of the side quests that we've got pretty quickly here on today's episode while we're here. So all cooped up should be easy enough. We need to cook 8 more chicken. Should have some raw chicken in here. There's 8. Then I think I grabbed all the gold out of here earlier. Yeah, I did. Okay. So we'll let those 8 chicken cook up, and we'll knock that one out. And what else do we have? So we need to smelt some cracked stone bricks. We need to smelt some iron. We need to smelt some glass. If we smelt 2 more stacks of glass, we can complete that one. Let's see if we've got enough money. I think we've got enough money to buy 2 stacks of sand. Yeah, there we go. So we'll get this one going. Just spread it out in between these 4 furnaces to make it go a little bit faster. Alright, chicken's almost done, and then I think we can work on the red carpet quest as well. We've got a decent amount of beetroot here. Let's just use 2 stacks for the time being. And then I think I recently sold some of the string out of here, so we don't have a ton. But let's see how far we can get with the red carpet here. Okay. We're gonna need some more string. Not a big deal. We'll finish this one today as well, just to have it done. Okay, our chicken should be done. Alright. So we get some eggs and some experience. And we got a new quest. Let's see, which one is it? Pillow fort, maybe? Gather feathers. So we have to gather 500 feathers. And I think, guys, if we bring out our ocelot spawner here. Where is it? There it is. I think we can get this one done if we have the ocelots kill the chickens. I think. Let's test it real quick. Throw that in there. We'll let that spawn for a second. So I'm collecting some eggs, in case you couldn't tell, because there is a side quest. I think it's a side quest that'll come up here relatively soon. That will tell us to throw 1,000 eggs at a chicken. So having a good stockpile of eggs on hand certainly helps. So let's just see real quick. Ocelot should spawn here pretty quickly. Maybe. They're making me a liar. Come on, guys. You can do it. I believe in you. Anytime now. Come on. There are some tasty, tasty chickens here. Just waiting. These chickens have been alive for a while because they've been my egg chickens, but they are about to meet their match here with the ocelots. Unless the ocelots... Are you going to kill them? There we go. Okay, they were still asleep, guys. They weren't quite ready yet to do their work. Okay, so it looks like for that one, yep, there you go, pillow fort. So as you guys can see, I'm not even picking up the feathers myself. They're just going into the chest through the hoppers, and that's giving me credit for the Pillow Fort quest. So the cool thing about this is we don't have to do anything ourselves, really. We'll just let the ocelots take care of business here, and eventually we'll have all of those feathers taken care of. Let's see if there's anything else we can knock out fairly quickly here. John's Law. Oh, shoot. Let's do that one, guys. I'm sure most of you have probably done this one by now. But I'm gonna craft not too many. Okay, so new quest, which is armor standing, and we get to craft an armor stand. Okay, so this is one. Oh, 10 of them? Is that it? Shoot. All right. So this is one that I've had a ton of people ask me about because it seems to be a slightly different recipe than what you're used to. So if we type in armor stand, all it needs is sticks and stone slabs. So in this case, we're just gonna get some stone cooked up here, and then we should be good to make stone slabs, and then we'll get these made. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those materials all set up, as well as a couple of the other quests, so then we'll cut back and complete a couple more quests, and then we'll wrap up today's episode. And we're back, guys. We've got a couple of things done here, ready to take out of the furnaces. So the first one is going to be the glass. So now we completed the glazier quest and got a new one. Let's just see what that one is real quick. Where'd it go? Bottles of fun. Okay, so we need to craft 1,000 glass bottles. Interesting. We'll work on that one another time. Another one that I did off camera is, or got us close enough to finish, is so this quest called Sculptor. So for Sculptor, we need to craft 200 stone bricks, 200 chisel stone bricks, and then smelt some cracked stone bricks. So in case you're wondering, the cracked stone bricks are, you make stone bricks with stones. I don't have enough, but you'd make 4, or you'd put 4 stone in here, make some chiseled stone bricks, and then you take those chiseled stone bricks and you cook them in the furnace, and that turns them into cracked stone bricks. Oh, we need 4 more. Well, shoot. I thought I had enough. Finish this up real quick then. Well, now I can show you. Now I can show you guys how to make them. All right. So we'll take our cobblestone, turn it into stone. Just need 1 more. And this should get us 4 of them, which is what we need to do the quest. Alrighty. I guess we can just do these in my inventory here. So 4 stone makes 4 stone bricks. Let me take those, cook them, and we're all set. While those cook, we should be able to complete the red carpet quest. So we've got some dye and some wool. So do that and that. Red carpet's now done. Cross that one off the list. Finally, we get one done without a new one being added. Trying to knock down those side quests here. And every time we complete one, it gives us a new one. Let's go ahead and collect our rewards. So for this one, we get some terracotta and some experience bottles. For the glass one, we get some packed ice. And then for the crafting tables, we get some coal that's got a name on it and some experience bottles as well. So COLE instead of COAL. This does work. You can actually cook stuff with it. And then we got sculptor and we got another new one. All right, let's see. What do we have to do now? Chain of survival. So we have to craft a leather helmet, leather chest plate, some leather leggings, and some leather boots. Which shouldn't be too hard. We can just put a couple cow spawners up in our decommissioned dropper here, and we'll get that leather after a bit of time. So, that being said, I think let's claim this one. We got some mossy stone bricks. And I think, guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. We've got a lot of quests. I think we did like what, 7 or 8 or 9 quests on this episode. We knocked out quite a few, which is some pretty good progress. So on the next episode, we're gonna likely work on some of the golden spoils stuff. We're gonna show our progress on the glowstone, and hopefully we'll be done with the timber quest. And we'll also finish up the gold ingot selling quest as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully some of you guys try to build this this pig dropper design. I think it's going to work out pretty well as we continue to beef it up with spawners. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys. You're progressing pretty quickly in your islands if you're following along. Some of you faster than the last time you played through, which is awesome to hear. So hopefully these tips are continuing to help you guys and you're learning some cool stuff and, you know, being mildly entertained as well as you watch through these. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the episode today, guys. And if you haven't already, hit that sub button, turn on the notifications. You'll get notifications when new videos come out, and you'll also see when I go live on live streams. And if you're not already, make sure to hop in Discord. We've got a lot of good stuff going on in there as well, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.